everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. It is the DOUG here, who's going to McDonald's tomorrow to get himself a McDonald's Halloween bucket. But we're not here to talk about the Halloween McBuckets. We just did. It is time for Week 7 of the NFL season. Madden says it's Week 6 still. And we got some college stuff. And, of course, I'm going to be singing in a few. But first, I got two people to introduce. Now, Mr. Jones is not here tonight. He is out having fun with a lady. So, Mr. Jones, nice. But first, though,
good luck.
We have everyone's favorite 49er fan who is probably still disappointed they lost to the Falcons this past week. It is Dave.
What up, world? Yes, I am pissed off.
And, of course, we have the man who wants to go to Wisconsin to beat up every Packers player, excluding Aaron Rodgers, maybe, and that is Mr. Travis.
Oh, no, I'm going to kick his ass, too.
Okay, you're going to kick his ass, too. Okay, no problem there. And, of course, you know me, I'm a Cowboys fan. They lost as well. As a matter of fact, the only person's team who won on Sunday was Mr. Jones's Colts. Because
barely.
Cowboys lost, Packers lost, Niners lost. My mom's Ravens blew another fourth quarter lead. Trust me, she's still angry about that.
The Packers didn't lose. They got embarrassed, okay? At home.
Pulling up the song. Because like I said, I have to sing a song every time Dallas loses. And I left it up to you wonderful people. And you guys chose Scooby-Doo and Zombie Iron It's Terror Time. So I'm bringing up the musical lyrics now as we speak. So it's taking me a while because YouTube's loading like crap. But there are some news where that's coming up to talk about. First, Mississippi State football players. He did pass away, so my condolences to his family and his teammates and everything. Also, apparently, Alabama wide receiver Jamon Button may be getting suspended because a video came up today that shows him striking a female Tennessee Volunteers fan after Alabama lost on Saturday. Now, of course, how does it feel knowing that Alabama lost? It feels so freaking great, doesn't it?
It really does.
Hashtag fuck Alabama.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no one.
I meant for the Roll
Yeah,
Tide.
That made my weekend.
Yeah, that's really the only thing that made my weekend since we know where I was. That was my only highlight, and everything else was bleh. Now, of course, this one's kind of important because we do got to discuss this game for college this week. The Maryland quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, who is the younger brother of the Dolphins quarterback. He has a knee injury. He is a game-time decision. But remember who Maryland's playing this week. They're all playing Northwestern University. He's only won one game, and that was in Ireland at the start of the year. Since coming back to America, they haven't won crap.
Fuck Maryland.
Hey, that's my mom's school. Leave it alone.
We beat them. We beat their asses.
I didn't want channel contact, YouTube. I wanted my work file so I could actually pull up the lyrics. Stupid thing. Let it be known, YouTube is stupid. And currently, the Cleveland Guardians, the Yankees are playing the Houston Astros to see who goes to the World Series. But the other one is two sorry-ass pathetic teams, so I ain't gonna cheer for which.
Wait, the Houston, they're playing the Texans right now.
Playing the Astros.
No, Houston Astros, Dave.
They're in the same division.
Well, same conference, yeah.
I don't. Oh. No, let's go. Let's go Houston. Let's go Houston. Fuck Yankees.
Whoever. What I mean
I
is.
think.
What I said was, Dave, it's Yankees and Houston. Winner of that plays either the Philadelphia Phillies or the Padres. Two teams no one really cares about. That's why I said I either got to be a Yankees or Astros fan come World Series time.
All right. The Padres are winning 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th. And the Yankees are winning 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Let's see, making sure I have all the college games pulled up while YouTube does its wonderful loading. Alright, there's the last one we need. So we got all the college games ahead of us we got to discuss. But before we do that, you guys better be glad I'm happy with being punished. If YouTube will load, that is the question, and then I'll give us our full records for the season. After that. 2022, folks, and internet is still slower than molasses. Somebody's probably in the area with a ham radio. I don't care about the Gotham Knights game. I know I'm going to get it. I just got to wait time. Alright. Thank goodness I have water in my room after this. You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know the zombies on the prowl. And it's terror time again. And they got you running through the night. It's terror time again. And you just might die a fight. It's a terrifying time. Doom 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 doom. So I don't want to get caught. You hear the beating of your heart. You know the screaming's gonna start. Here comes the really scary part. YouTube buffering 'cause it's terror time again. They got you running through the night. It's terror time again. Oh, you just might die a fight. It's a terrifying time. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, the trees begin to moan. Oh, the monsters grunt and groan. Rotting faces for slain. Don't you know it's terror time? And it's terror time again. They got you running through the night. And it's terror time again. Oh, you just might die a fight. It's a terrifying time. And there we go. My punishment is done. Thank God.
I gotta go fight. I gotta go fun for you. I gotta go for you if the Cowboys lose.
Trust me, I already know the next song I'm singing. It's from one of my fan ending theme songs. Look at the APB poll real quick before we get to our picks for college. Of course, some things have changed. And the stand, well, that's the APB poll for college. Yeah, we're gonna be worrying about the NFL standings and talking about that next week. Because oh boy, of course, number 1 is Georgia, followed by Ohio State. Those two did not change. Tennessee moved up to number 3 after they beat Alabama. Michigan moved up to 4th. Clemson, they did win. They dropped to the number 5 spot. Alabama, and I'm going to say this should still not be in the top 10. I'm sorry, but they went from number 3 to number 6 after that loss. I'm sorry. They should have been out of the top 10 because if it would have been anybody else, they would have been probably dropped into the top 15, top 20.
Yep.
AP,
easily.
AP people, stop sucking Roll Tide's dick. Get off the coach's ass.
Yeah.
He gets his butt kissed more than Roman Reigns does. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to say about Roman. Go away. Number 7 is Ole Miss. Number 8 is TCU after moving up 5 spots. Number 9 is UCLA, quietly getting in there. Oregon moved up to number 10. Oklahoma State is number 11 now after their loss. USC, who lost a big surprise game, is number 12. Wake Forest is number 13 now. The reigning undefeated Syracuse Orange are number 14, and they have a big game this week. Utah is also Utah moved up to 15th. Penn State dropped down 6 spots to go from 10 to 16 after they're getting destroyed by Michigan. Kansas State is number 17. Illinois is number 18. Kentucky is number 19. God bless Texas. The Longhorns, that is the number 20. Cincinnati Bearcats are number 21. They stayed the same. North Carolina is now in the top 25 at number 22. Wolfpack State is number 23. They are almost out of the top 25. Mississippi State also dropped 8 spots to go to 24. And then number 25 is Tulane. And that is the first time they've been ranked in the top 25 since 1996. If you don't know what that means, it means pretty much this. The end of the year was just getting ready to start. Shawn Michaels was enjoying his first run as WWE Champion. And ECW was just getting hot.
Damn.
Yep. And now, of course,
So you're calling us old?
well, all three of us are. That's what I'm saying. Yes, we're all old as hell.
Oh yeah.
Now, of course, to the 5 college games we got to do. So I'm gonna grab my notepad real quick. I'll be out of my mom's hair in a few minutes. She knew about this. I used the computer. Use that. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday and all that. And I still got to give out the records, and we'll be doing that after this, the NFL records updates. All right, game number 1 tonight. Well, tomorrow night, because it's the only Friday game we had. Yeah, Friday. I had to double check. It will be the UAB Blazing Dragons take on Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Currently, Western Kentucky is favored to win the game. It is a conference matchup. Both teams are 4-2. Give me
Over
the
UAB.
UAB Blazers.
UAB.
Yep. They're the only college team with a dragon mascot. I'm going to take the UAB Blazers just because I love their mascot. I love the dragon mascot. So, go Blazers.
Oh, you do. Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. All right. Travis, ball's in your court.
Yeah, I'm going to go Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. I'm on my own since Mr. Jones is not here tonight. I'll get his picks for the NFL probably tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know who he picked. Up next, let's see. We want to do these in math or in chronically time order. So at 12 o'clock Saturday, the big game for at least the ACC. It will be the reigning, defending ACC Kings, the Clemson Tigers at home as they welcome the undefeated Syracuse. Upset Clemson? Or are you going to go with the status quo and take the Clemson Tigers?
You know what? I seen that Syracuse play, and I see they do actually good in defense and offense, so I'm sticking with Syracuse.
One for Syracuse. Travis?
You know what? I've seen a lot of Clemson games, and they don't look as good as they used to. So I'm going with the upset and going with Syracuse.
Oh, 2 for Syracuse. Nice, nice. My mom just spoke. She said 3 for Syracuse. Okay, Mom, who do you have for the UAB Blazers in Western Kentucky?
Kentucky.
I'm by myself with the fucking Dragons. By the way, my mom loves sports. You guys should know that by now. And guess what? I'm also taking the upset here. I'm taking Syracuse. After seeing what they did against North Carolina State Wolfpack and somehow stop the best defense in the AFC, I'm a little worried for Clemson. If Syracuse wins this, it could be a changing of the guard, as they say. And I'm sure Dark Knight's going to be happy when he watches this because he's a diehard Syracuse nut. So he'll be happy there. Moving on to our 3:30 games. The first one, we have Western Michigan Broncos, who, believe it or not, are doing better than the real Broncos of the NFL. That is freaking horrifying. Take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. I'm going to go with Miami of Ohio. They just overall a better team. We've had Western Michigan before. They sucked then, and guess what? They suck now.
Let's go Ohio. You know, Ohio Red Dog, Red. What are you from, Ohio?
Miami of Ohio, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got Miami over Western Michigan.
All right, Travis.
I'm going to go with Western Michigan.
All right. And what about you, Mom? Miami of Ohio or Western Michigan? All right, Travis, you're on your own.
That's fine. It's college.
It's college, yeah. Next up, and it's the one I know Mom wants to talk about the most because it's her one college team she loves, and then it's the other one that she loves just because of what happened to him in the school's history, and I think many of you may know who that is with me saying that. So let's get to the one that I know she's been wanting to talk about. Northwestern Wildcats, who are 1-5, take on my mom's Maryland Terrapins. The game is in Baltimore, Maryland. Maryland is 5-2. It's a 3:30 game Saturday. Mom, just say you're taking my Maryland. She's taking her Terrapins, aka my Maryland, la 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 la. Of course, I'm taking Maryland too because I want to live. By the way, this is my college lock of the week because Northwestern pretty much, since coming back from Ireland, haven't done shit to this point to where I think myself, Dave, Travis, and my mother in a wheelchair could beat Northwestern. That's how bad they've been since coming back. Dave, Maryland or Northwestern?
Northwestern.
What the fuck, Dave? My mom's giving you that look like she's gonna come to New York and kill you now.
As long as he took Syracuse,
He did take Syracuse.
I can forgive him.
She's
Yeah.
gonna forgive you for making a mistake.
Okay.
Travis, what about you?
I am going to go with Maryland just because I don't want your mom coming to the ABC store and killing me.
That's a good answer. Travis is picking Maryland because he doesn't want us to come to the ABC store and kill him.
What's tomorrow?
Oh, God, she just asked what you work tomorrow. Tell me off stream.
No, I'll work tomorrow.
Okay. He works tomorrow, so we might be down there maybe if we have the energy. And then the last card we got, this one's kind of sad in a way because it is one of my schools. It's not Notre Dame. They beat Notre Dame earlier this year, taking on a Virginia school. It is the 3-3 Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the 5-1 James Madison Dukes. James Madison was ranked until he lost this past weekend. Play well. They did beat Notre Dame this year. One on the schedule.
James Madison.
All right, that's one for JMU. Travis?
I'm rolling with JMU.
Mom, Marshall, JMU.
We are Marshall!
Oh, if you heard her, she's taking Marshall. And I am also taking Marshall. JMU, this is the first year in the big conferences, playing these types of games. Marshall's been here before. I think Marshall's going to have a little bit more, not as much pressure on them because there's a lot of pressure on JMU for this game. But that is the college. So let's get to the rankings we have right now. And Mr. Jones will be on at 10. All right, we'll get his picks in my Fighting Herd video, and I'll have him message me for them. But here's how the standings go right now for the season. I am still, I got second place this week in picks. I am still in last place at 48, 45, and 1. In third place is Travis at 50, 43, and 1. Dave is only a little bit ahead of him at 53, 40, and 1. And Mr. Jones has a 3-game lead on Dave as he is 56, 40, and 1.
Damn.
So you really got to catch up there, Dave. And I know me and Travis got to get out of the basement because that's where we're both at the moment. Because we suck.
I call bullshit. He cheated.
No comment.
Okay.
Okay, going to what we have for injury reports. Saints was likely to start Andy Dalton as quarterback again this week. Of course, the Saints play the Cardinals tomorrow night. Now, of course, Washington will be without their main quarterback, Carson Wentz. He is out for 2 to 6 weeks with a hand injury, so it will be Heineke. We'll see if he can have that magic. Remember, he almost did beat Brady in the playoffs a few years ago, so we'll see if he has that magic this weekend.
He probably will.
The Packers, they probably will. Tua makes his return back to the NFL this Sunday against the Steelers. That could hurt Pittsburgh since now Dolphins will have all their weapons back again for the most part and a competent quarterback. Keep that in mind. Cardinals, Cliff Kingsbury says wide receiver Marcus Brown will be out for at least a month. And Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold returns to practice after his ankle injury. So Sam Darnold might be the starting quarterback for the Panthers this weekend. That's something to keep an eye on for you fantasy owners out there. Because we all know fantasy is important because God knows a lot of us have that.
Yep.
And DeAndre Hopkins is back.
Oh, that could be a problem. Hopkins
And then
is
they
hurt.
traded Robbie Anderson. And they traded Robbie Anderson to the Cardinals too.
Yeah, that was done because he was the Panthers player who got thrown out of the games this past Sunday. That's why that was done. Panthers organization was done. By the way, Cardinals wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins can start this tomorrow night against the Saints, so keep that in mind when making picks and using fantasy. Now, this one's thanks to Dave because he shared it to me first. It's been announced that the NFL and Amazon.com will have a 2023 Amazon Prime Video Black Friday game.
What? Stupid.
So next year, November 24th, 2023, there will be a 3 p.m. NFL game between two teams. We do not know the teams at this time, aka fuck. And it's the best way to say it there. And by the way, my mom signed veteran wide receiver Deshaun Jackson. So Ravens now have a veteran receiver. He is 35 years old. The Cardinals signed former Colts kicker Leandro Blankenship to their practice squad. The Tennessee Titans and City of Nashville have agreed to terms on a new lease and new stadium. The 1.7 million square foot stadium will have a dome, making it possible to host a Super Bowl and other major events. That is why, because people have been asking me why this was done, because the Titans stadium right now is not that old, but hey, the city wants to have a dome so they can host a Super Bowl, maybe some WWE pay-per-views and some other events, so that's why this was done more or less. And Russell Wilson has a hurt hamstring, so we don't know his thing for this Sunday.
Russell Wilson blind. He's blind.
Well, we know he's blind too, but he's also banged up.
He need to get checked. He need to get checked.
Hey, Broncos country, let's ride.
Broncos country, we're gonna die. That's what it really is. By the way, we did mention the Panthers-Cardinals trade. The Panthers are getting the Cardinals' 6th-round pick and 7th-round pick in 2014 and 2015, respectively. And don't forget, I am only one sub away from 670. And there's a poll going up on my Facebook and Twitter to decide what horror game I play next. I am leaving the area of my mom so she can get back on the computer now because she doesn't want to hear the rest of these games probably. Don't forget these 4 teams have a bye this week, so if you have them in fantasy, you better take care of it. God knows I have to. Bills, Rams, Vikings, and Eagles all have a bye this week, so please plan accordingly for your fantasy football. Oh, she will be screwed. Now let's get to the games this week. No problem. Alright. So, the first game we got to discuss is the Saints and Cardinals, which is tomorrow night. Hopefully a better Thursday night game than we've had the last 2 weeks, because they both have pretty good, decent offenses. The problem is both defenses, well, they kind of suck. Saints are on the road this week. Cardinals, they got some weapons back. Cardinals still look like a clusterfuck. I feel like their coach is not a good coach anymore. I feel like he may have been a one-hit wonder. Saints even know what their problems. They at least stay competitive, and it's been close. They did choke the game against Cincinnati last week, but I think more people may have faith in them. Saints all favored right now, I believe, still. I'm going to take the Saints on the road. I just don't trust Arizona enough, particularly with how bad they played last week against Seattle, only getting 9 points. That offense is not that good anymore. Might be good with the weapons coming back this week, but I'm taking the Saints.
I got the Saints.
2 for the Saints for Mr. Dave. And what about you, Travis? You going to go down to New Orleans and throw some beads at some beautiful women? Or are you going to pick the Cardinals and make sure your wife doesn't kill you?
I'm picking the Saints.
Picking the Saints. All right, so all 3 of us are going. By the way, before we continue, because I know we know this from last time you couldn't make it, you were late. Congratulations to you and your lovely wife next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, Wednesday I probably won't be on.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it now. So Wednesday, if he's not going to be on,
yeah.
You guys know why. It's all right, because, hey, family, man. Let's hope the Packers win, or at least put her in a good mood for Monday. Up next, my mom's Ravens, who can't hold on to a lead this year. They've actually blown 3 fourth-quarter leads this year against the Dolphins, Bills, and Giants. But they're at home taking on a Cleveland Browns team who's really not played well since that shocking win they've had. They've been on a losing streak. They got destroyed by I believe they played the Patriots this past week and got obliterated. I'm going to be staying in Baltimore and eating some crab cakes again. I think this might be the time they turn it around, but I will say this. If Ravens lose this game, something's going to have to change, because you can't win games like that. I mean, they should have lost to Cincinnati a few weeks ago if it wasn't for Justin Tucker. But give me Baltimore. I'm not confident with it like I usually would be, but it's Cleveland, so go Baltimore. Hopefully Ravens win.
You know what? I'm going to make your mom happy. I picked the Ravens with the Browns.
2 for the Ravens. All right. Travis, I know the kids are there. They're wanting to hear this pick as much. Oh, no, wait. They want to hear the Packers pick. Are you going to have the crab cakes? Or are you going to go to Cleveland Rock City?
I'm picking the Ravens, but this might be the last time I pick them.
Fair enough.
Same here.
Last time to get the crab cakes from Baltimore unless they somehow turn it around. Up next, an interesting trap game. One of a few trap games we have on the schedule this week. The Buccaneers, after losing to the Steelers of all teams, and Tom Brady going off on his offensive line, which was fucking hilarious, seeing him drop F-bombs and going off. Maybe that divorce is messing with his head. We don't know. Take on a Panthers team who right now is kind of an interesting spot because them and the Houston Texans are right now battling for that number 1 pick in the draft. And I say Houston because I'll explain why a little bit later in the video. Panthers could get the number 1 pick, which they might want to start tanking because let's be honest to you. You fired your head coach. Baker Mayfield's out injured. Yes, you're getting Sam, looks like, back for this game, but you guys are so far behind. In wild card, you can only win the division, which the division's kind of close. With Tampa and Atlanta tied at 3-3, and the Saints only really having, I believe, 2 wins at the moment. So Panthers could, if they went out, win the division. But I just don't think between the interim head coach, so many injuries on the team offensively and defensively, there's talks they're going to get trade their running back to a team before the trade deadline if they can. So with all the problems happening for the Panthers organization, give me the Bucs on the road. This is my lock of the week.
I got the Bucs over the Panthers.
2 for the Bucs.
Yeah, I got the Bucs too.
3 for the Bucs. Oh, this is weird. We haven't had a disagreement yet, but we may have one next. By the way, in case anybody just wanted a recap, if they didn't know, if they forgot last week's games, Commanders beat the Bears, Falcons beat the Niners, Patriots beat the Browns, Packers beat the Jets. So I'm going to let you guys go off on your teams when we get to those games.
No, the Jets beat the Packers.
Jets beat the Packers. I know. I was trying to be a smartass. It is almost Halloween.
Hey, but we do know the Cowboys lost.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, they heard me sing already. Come on. Colts beat the Jags. Vikings beat the Dolphins. The Bengals beat the Saints. The Giants beat the Ravens. Steelers beat the Bucs last week. Rams beat the Panthers. Seahawks beat the Cardinals. Bears beat the Chiefs. Cowboys lost to the Eagles. And then last Monday night, oh God, was that a terrible? That was a fucking shitty Monday night game. Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, this Monday night game is going to be worse. But the Chargers did beat the Broncos.
Hey, you almost had to say acknowledge me.
Yeah, trust me, I was freaking the hell out about that game. I was so glad when the Chargers kicker made that kick. You know, he was playing injured. I'm gonna, if I have a kid, he's getting that kicker's middle name in the middle. Moving on. We head to WKRP Cincinnati as the Bengals are at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons coming off a good win over the 49ers. The Falcons are 3-3.
Yeah.
You could make the case they should be 4-2, but the refs cheated them against Tampa. Cincinnati, we are kind of starting those offensive line issues. They are the defending AFC champions, but they don't look it right now. Granted, the Rams don't look like Super Bowl champs either. It is in Cincinnati, but I'm going to say this. Atlanta's defense is pretty damn good. I think it's one of the more underrated ones we've seen this year. And since his offensive line, I think, is so bad, I don't think the Bengals, they got a lot of more powerful weapons offensively. I'll give them that. But that offensive line is going to be make or break for them. This is my upset pick of the week because Cincinnati is favored. Give me the Atlanta Falcons on the road to beat the Bengals. I am taking the Dirty Birds of the South one more time.
I'm taking the Bengals. Fuck those Falcons.
Yeah, because you're so pissed that the Niners lost, and that's why. So 1-1. Travis, the ball's in your court. Are you going to be going to WKLP Cincinnati and hanging out with the Bengals? Or are you going to be going down to the Dirty South and party with the Falcons?
I'm going with the Dirty Birds of the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, so 2-1 at the moment. Moving on, we're heading to God bless Texas as the Dallas Cowboys, after coming off that loss to the Eagles. They tried to make the comeback. It was 17-20 at one point, but too little too late for Cooper Rush and everything. Dak is supposed to be back this week. We don't know yet. They are playing a Lions team who's just coming off a bye, but the Lions defensively is one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Lions do have one of the better offenses in the NFL. I believe they're still in the top 5, and that's mostly because they got to play from behind every game. Even if Cooper Rush is starting again this week, I think Dallas knows, hey, we got to fix some things offensively. I wish they could have got maybe another wide receiver instead of Lamb, just to help CeeDee Lamb, because I know that he's getting a lot of pressure. But that's either near or there. I would laugh if we got Odell Beckham Jr., but that ain't going to happen. I'm taking my Cowboys. I think this is a bounce-back win for them, but this is also, just like the Panthers-Bucks game, a trap game, because I think everyone's going to be taking Dallas so much, because Detroit's really not favored to win this, and I even think on the ESPN thing when I looked at it earlier today, Dallas is favored by 98% by the experts to win the game. That is a little scary. That is a high number, but I'm going to take my Cowboys to win. It is the Lions. I got to hope Detroit does Detroit things and loses. Oh, I'm in trouble, because then we're 4-3 and not in the best shape in wild card hunt, at least. Travis, I know you're mad that because you did pick the Cowboys on Sunday this past week and they did lose to Philly. But do you think Detroit wins the trap game, or do you think Dallas gets an easy bounce back win?
Dallas wins, but it's not going to be easy.
Okay. Because of the Lions' offense, I understand why. Because that offense, it's make or break. Because we've seen them put up a lot of points, but at the same time, when they played the Patriots, they put up nothing. So it should be interesting to see which Detroit Lions we get offensively.
No, it's just because Dak Prescott's coming back, so the Cowboys are going downhill from here.
That sounds like one of my other friends who wants Cooper Rush to be named the starter and trade Dak to the Raiders or the Packers and get somebody else.
I don't want fucking Dak Prescott.
I know you don't. You got Aaron Rodgers. Moving on, though, Dave, who do you have?
I don't want him either.
Oh God!
Are you taking the trap game?
You know what?
Or are you taking the Cowboys this week?
I'm taking an upset. The Lions are going to beat the fuck out of the Dallas Cowboys. Upset.
Wait, that's your upset pick. You kidding, right?
Nah. No,
I really thought that wasn't going to be your upset pick. I thought it was going to be a different game, to be honest. I thought it was going to be the next game, actually.
Nah.
We head on to Jacksonville.
I got the Lions over Pack Cowboys.
Yeah, I cannot believe. Right now, you're on your own on that one, unless Mr. Jones joins you, which I don't think he will, but we'll find out at 10-ish. Up next, we head to the land of AEW, as Jacksonville is at home this week, taking on the surprising, maybe even underrated 5-1 New York Giants. A lot of people are not talking about them as much right now. Still, I've noticed on the Facebook and Twitter sports people, it's like they're avoiding them. I don't know if it's because maybe they think they've had an easier schedule, or maybe it's because it's New York. Who knows? Giants, though, they've been playing well. They came back to beat the Packers in London, which I still blame that loss on the Green Bay Packers more than anything. They came back to beat the Baltimore Ravens, which I blame that one happened because the Ravens literally choked that game away. But it's Jacksonville. Yes, it's a trap game, everybody. Another trap game at the 1 o'clock slate, but I do not trust fucking Jacksonville at all. Give me the Giants. They're going to go 6-1, which is very surprising with a new head coach. If they keep this up, I think we may have found our coach of the year, and it may be going to the land of the Giants if this keeps up. Dave, you're a New Yorker. You know you don't cheer for any New York team officially, as you're a Niners guy, but who do you got?
The Giants.
2 for the Giants, and I already know who Dark Knight has when if he comments. Travis?
I'm picking the Giants.
Clean sleep so far. And my stream is still going. Yeah, internet's not being a pain in the butt tonight. Moving on. We're heading down to Tennessee, y'all. Home of rednecks, moonshine, and some giant Titans as the Titans coming off their bye take on the Colts team who is winning. Now, here's the funny thing about this game. This is for first place in their division. So if Colts win this, they will actually have control of first place.
What the hell?
And that's the funny thing because the Colts, because their records for the most part, remember the Colts have that one tie. And that's pretty much is what helping them right now. Granted, I don't see the Colts really winning this game. I think there was they beat Jacksonville, but Jacksonville sucks. Titans have King Henry. If you can stop him, the Colts might have a chance. But yeah, I can't go and pick the Colts this week. I really can't. I'm taking the Titans off the bye. Henry's going to have a good game. And go Titans.
Yeah. Who turned?
Who do you
You
got
know
there?
what? I got the Colts or Titans.
Oh,
The Colts.
wow. Ooh. I am shocked by that.
Matt Ryan gonna do amazing. He gonna throw for mad touchdown, 6 touchdowns.
Okay, this is Madden. This is real life, not Madden. But you're taking the Colts. I'm sure Mr. Jones would be appreciative of that because he probably would join you unless he's lost his mind. Travis, ball's in your court now.
Didn't they already play each other this year too?
I think they did. Let me check.
I'm looking right now.
Hold on, let me check. Titans.
They did, and the Titans won by a
Titans
touchdown.
won by a touchdown. Okay.
Yep. Week 4. Week 4.
Week 4, so it was a few weeks ago. Okay, so this is the rematch then.
I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Titans. All right, fair enough. 2-1. All right, up next, and this is going to be all Travis's to kick us off with this one. It is the Green Bay Packers taking on the Washington Cobra Commanders, a.k.a. the Redskins, a.k.a. the team with no name. Make your own jokes if you haven't already. Now, Commanders will be starting Heineke, but as we've seen the last few weeks from Green Bay, they have not played well at all, losing to the Giants by choking, and then the Jets just bitch slapped them. I think we can agree with that. Now, Travis, the ball's in your court. Talk about your Packers and then give us your pick.
My Packers, the awful Packers that they are. If they lose to Washington on Sunday, I'm giving up on the season. Rodgers just go quit. Matt LaFleur needs to be fired. Start Jordan Love, even though he's trash. But I'm still picking the Packers.
I was hoping you were going to say all that. Now,
That's how pissed off they are. That's how pissed off I am now.
yeah, I don't blame you. Even
Everybody.
don't get me wrong, I had the Jets winning, but even I was shocked the Packers played that badly. So I knew you were going to be angry. Even my mom was like, "Oh, Travis is going to go off on Wednesday."
Yeah, it made me take a nap.
Damn.
I fell asleep.
Ouch. That's not good. And you know that game's going to be played in our area because me and Travis, we kind of live in the same area.
Joy.
Yeah, that game's at 1 o'clock.
Come on, dog.
All right, Dave, who do you got? Packers, or are you going to take the Commanders here?
Oh man, I see the Packers coming back and winning unless I don't know some weird shit happens like Aaron Rodgers starts dropping balls on purpose. But I see Packers come back and beating the Redskins.
Okay, so 2-0 at the moment for the Packers. Now, here's the thing. Both teams kind of need this one to stay alive at least, if not in the division, but at least wild card hunt. Because Washington, I think that's the only way they can get in is by wild card. Packers, you need this win because Vikings are 5-1. If you lose this, and if the Bears lose and Lions lose, Vikings may just walk away with that division easily because Vikings only have that one loss at the moment. This is a do-or-die game for Green Bay to keep. Oh, God. It was an early. I know it wasn't to the Bears or Lions. Who was it?
They lost to Philly.
They lost to Philly. Okay, yeah, I remember that now because I took Minnesota in that game like an idiot. And went off on fucking Vikings the next pick. Packers need this win, so I think more pressure's on them than the Commanders because the Commanders win, and we're just gonna be like, oh, they beat the Packers who are terrible. And I do agree with what Travis said. If Packers do lose this, Rodgers just needs to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. Coach needs to be fired. Put in Love, who I'm going to be honest, haven't seen enough of him to say if he's good or bad, but I don't trust. I don't trust him
He's
to
trash.
to the playoffs.
He really
He's
is.
trash.
Garbage.
Well, shit, my controller fell.
Garbage.
But
Yo,
you know what?
Jordan Love Doug. Jordan Love reminds me of Gilbert. Who's that guy that always loses? Funaki. Remind me of Funaki.
Oh
Sucky.
God. Oh God.
Oh God.
That was. I don't know how to feel about that. But you know what? I'm going to take the Packers here as well. I think this is the turnaround game. They need this win, or else they are in big, big trouble after this. Because here's the thing. We're going to skip a bit because the Packers. Guess what? Your next game after this is a Sunday night game in Week 8 against the Bills. You need this win just to get some momentum going.
A Trojan Moans pit. That's a loss.
Yeah, Halloween night. Oh, yeah, Halloween
the day
Eve.
before Halloween night. We'll talk about the Halloween game next week, which will probably give us own nightmares. Moving on to the 2 4-5 games now. By the way, like I said, I have Green Bay. It is the surprising winning Jets traveling to Broncos country to take on quite possibly, even though the record, they have 2 wins, might quite possibly be the worst coached team in the NFL in the Denver Broncos. Broncos, what the fuck? You had a week? You had like 10 days to prepare for the Chargers because you played on Thursday night in Week 5, and then Week 6 you had a Monday night game. You had 10 days to prepare, and your offense played like shit. Your defense kept you in there, and your kicker kept you in there, but your offense is shit. And I don't get this because Russell Wilson's a former MVP, has a Super Bowl ring. He played good in Seattle. I don't know what the fuck's happening in Denver. I don't know if he's not getting his dick sucked enough by his wife.
He's blind.
I don't know if he's legally blind at this point because it looks like he's been because of the throws he's made. They don't run the ball because they have a good running back system, but they won't run the ball. Jets defensively have played great. Even in Week 1, the Jets defense has played well. The quarterback, who we all thought may have been a bust because of last year, has been playing well. Maybe it's the coach. Maybe it's the coaching system there now that's actually good. Broncos coach,
he loves those milfs.
He does.
He loves those milfs.
I hear that all the time. That he's a motherfucker, and apparently he's motherfucking teams up too. I'm gonna say this Bronco country.
He's probably enjoying Tom Brady's ex-wife.
Ooh. He's probably got a bigger football. Ooh.
Well, apparently Tom Brady doesn't satisfy her in bed. That's why they get divorced and shit.
Oh damn. And Brady can't satisfy his fans of the team of the Bucks, but that's another story for next week, depending what happens this week. Broncos country, you're gonna die again. I don't see you beating the Jets. You know it's in Denver. The defense has been 2 lights out. The offense is clicking at the right time, and they'll actually, you can make the case. If this keeps up, they could be probably the dark horse team in the playoffs because they're doing so well right now. It's a good time to be a New York sports fan because the Giants are doing well, the Jets are doing well, the Bills are doing well, and the Yankees could go to the World Series. Which, at this point, I'll take either them or Houston over the fucking Padres or the pathetic Phillies. But give me the Jets, and I know Mike Greeny, one of the few people I like on ESPN, he's been happy about it this year because, remember, he's a diehard Jets fan. He doesn't get to be happy that often. But give me the Jets on the road. Travis, you're next.
We're going with the Jets, but Broncos country, let's ride, even though I still don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know why it started. I don't know
I'll tell you how
Russell
it started.
Wilson sees. But the Jets.
Russell Wilson said Broncos country, let's ride in his first press conference when he signed with the team. He said Broncos country, let's ride, which I think, in layman's terms, he was like, we're going to ride, we're going to win games, we're going to go to the Super Bowl, which has not been the case at all this year. Dave, are you going to go to Broncos country and ride with Russell Wilson, or are you going to go fly with the Jets?
Nah, fuck Broncos. Broncos, man. I say with Broncos. Russell Wilson, I don't know if you're blind or, I don't know, you're smoking that good shit in Colorado. But, dude, you have a wide open guy. Go for it. Not go, let's go the other way, you dumbass. You make Ray Charles like he wasn't blind. Ray Charles probably could have been in your ass.
Damn, that's like the worst burn ever.
We are
Damn.
banning Russell Wilson so bad tonight. I didn't think that would ever happen, but we don't have a choice, Russell. It's on you. And
Stevie Wonder could do better than Russell Wilson.
That is true there. But
I got
that's
the
not saying
Jets.
much. Jets, all right. Moving on, we're heading to the land of Las Vegas. The Raiders taking on the Houston Texans.
Oh, hell.
Now, remember how
God.
I said
Oh, God.
Houston has I didn't count Houston in their division. This is why the loser of this game, because of what Pittsburgh did last week, the loser of this game will control the number 1 pick in the draft at the moment. It will be between them and Carolina. Now, Raiders have a lot of good offensive weapons. Their defense is pretty decent. The problem is they got the worst head coach one of the worst head coaches they ever had. And I can say that because if you guys remember, he used to coach the Denver Broncos. And we saw how that went when he was in Denver. They sucked. Texans who have Lovie Smith, who I think, I love Lovie Smith. He did make the Bears relevant for a time. Travis remembers having to go against
for
Lovie
like
Smith.
2 years.
2 years, but he was still a good coach. I just think that it was the rest of the pieces around him that kind of didn't help his quarterback acting like a bitch. Jay Cutler, exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say, good old Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler, crybaby bitch.
When he got a fake boo-boo for his knee that got hurt during the NFC Championship game, he's like, "Ah, fuck this team, I quit."
Pretty much, I remember that. That was hilariously funny. And the Texans do have a win, but I just think the Texans don't have enough offensive weapons to stay in this. Raiders win this game, but I will say this. Am I confident in that pick? No. Just because it's Lovie Smith who's the better head coach. This is really the decision of, do you take the Raiders who got better weapons, or do you take the Texans because they have the better head coach in this situation? I'm taking the weapons and Raiders. Dave, you're next because I know you want to just talk about this game.
You know what? The Raiders, you've both been so good because you got Devontae Adams from the Packers. You haven't used him. Send him back to the Packers. You're not using him. You get him to other guy instead. You dumbass. So Derek Carr, you suck. My brother did better. His brother does better than your ass, and he sucked too.
Well,
David Carr.
In defense of his brother, remember, he did play for Houston. Remember, that's when they were just starting back as an expansion team. So that's why...
He did better. He does better than Derek Carr.
I mean, that's why his older brother kind of gets a bum rap because... And I can't believe I'm defending his brother. I never thought that would happen. Because remember, that team was rebuilding from day one, so it wasn't really his fault, more or less. But who do you got, though? Because it sounds like you may be picking Houston unless you're shocking or saying picking...
I got the Raiders. I got the Raiders.
After burying all that shit, burying them, you're like, I'm going with Raiders. Now, by the way,
I got faith. I don't got faith in Texans. I don't got the faith in them.
Fair enough. No faith. Now, before Travis gets his pick, I should point out, because you mentioned the Packers receiver who isn't, he is playing Sunday because the NFL is actually waiting to see what happens in the court case from him pushing the cameraman. Which that might be the most hilarious thing. Somebody gets suspended not for drugs, not for killing somebody, not for punching a player. No, you pushed the cameraman, and he's saying he's got a concussion, whiplash, a broken penis, a broken foot. But anyway,
he just wants some damn money.
Exactly, he just wants the money. But are you taking the Raiders? Or are you taking Coach Lovie Smith and the Texans?
Man, hell no. Fuck Lovie Smith. I'm picking the Raiders.
I hear the kids laughing, so they agree with you. Sorry about that. Had to take some cherry Pepsi. Moving on to our 2-4-25 games, and the first one is in beautiful L.A., home of the Chargers, because the Rams are off this week. And the Chargers welcome the surprising 3-3 Seahawks. Geno Smith been playing...
Oh, God.
Weird football. He'll be great the one week, but bad the next. Their defense is kind of okay. Chargers, we know they have a few injuries, but they're finding a way to win games even with the injuries. The kicker got hurt Monday. He plays through the pain and wins the game for him. Oh, by the way, gets the game ball. The quarterback has banged up ribs. The star running back, wide receiver, who also does running back plays, he's been limited to this year. He's played in a few games, but not a lot. Their defense is up and down, but... And this was my hardest pick this week because of everything. What made my decision was the Seahawks, and I'm taking the Seahawks here, is the coaching. Again, I know everyone's going to say, well, you didn't take Lovie Smith for that reason. That's because the rest of the team sucks around him. This case, the defense is good for Seattle. Geno Smith, when he plays well, they win games. And I'm going to say this, looking at the Chargers games all this year, their head coach has made a lot of boneheaded decisions that have cost them games, or almost cost them one. Let's go back to the Cleveland game a few weeks ago. On 4th and 2, instead of punting the ball, you try to go for the first down to win the game, and you turn it over on downs, giving Cleveland a great chance to win the game. If it wasn't for your defense stepping up and Jacob Brissett being Brissett, you would have lost. I don't trust the Chargers coach in big and time limit situations. If you need any more proof besides this season, let's go back to last season, final game of the season. If you would have never called that timeout, the Raiders even said they were probably just going to kneel down and retire and we both go in, fuck Pittsburgh. You were stupid. Called a timeout. Raiders said, fuck it. We're going to win the game and just fuck you, Chargers. So, give me the Seahawks here. Yes, I am taking the Seahawks. Now we're going to head to Travis. Are you going to go, Chargers, go? Or are you going to go, nope, Chargers, nope?
I'm going with the Chargers somehow, even though they play like crap half the games they play in. I just think Geno Smith is going to fall off at some point, so I'm picking the Chargers.
Fair enough. And what is funny, because you mentioned that fall off, Geno Smith has actually played better than Russell Wilson this year. That's a scary fact of the day.
What? Well, I mean, like Dave said, Russell Wilson's probably smoking that good stuff in Colorado, so.
Probably, yeah. He's probably getting high off life, if you know what I mean. Dave? Seahawks are your
Fuck the
rivals,
Seahawks.
but... do you
Fuck the
trust the
Seahawks.
Chargers?
I got the Chargers. Fuck Seahawks. Fuck the Geno Smith. Fuck Pete Carroll. Fuck Jamal Adams. Fuck the running back.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck you, Seahawks. I want Chargers.
DK Metcalf is trash. He's not even that good.
Garbage.
Tyler Lockett is like non-existent. I mean, you know.
The running back is garbage. Geno Smith is he better? He did better when he did better when he was with the Jets, or was he with the Jets?
He was with the Jets, yes.
He did better.
Dave was just digging that hole for Seattle, like, we're going to put everybody in this fucking ground. Moving on. Hey, Dave, we're going to San Francisco next. Your Niners are at home against a team who just came off a loss. But it's probably going to be
rematch.
But a rematch,
it's a rematch Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl. But it's a team who's probably going to kick your ass, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Because, well, Patrick Mahomes versus Jimmy Garoppolo. I think we know who wins that battle every time. No, don't give me this. Oh, 9 times out of 10, Jimmy might win one. No, 10 out of 10, Jimmy may not win any. But David, is your 49ers. Are you going to pick them? Do you feel confident in them winning? Tell us why.
I really. Jimmy G. No, not fuck Jimmy G. We don't. No, our all defense and offense. But I don't know. Last week we sucked horrible. But I think we bounced back and beat the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes go home to Brittany, and Brittany, why'd you lose? Yeah, so fuck you, Patrick Mahomes, too.
No, he's going to go back to his brother, his little gay brother or whatever the hell he is, and yeah.
No, Patrick will go back to his wife. So, wife, why'd you lose? Yeah, I got my 49ers.
Yeah,
so
I kind of figured you would.
Yeah.
Death to the Chiefs, you were going to say?
Yeah, death to the Chiefs. Fuck you, Chiefs.
Travis? Are you going to join Dave with the 49ers, or are you going to go party with Andy Reid and eat some pizza?
I'm sorry, Dave, but no. No. The Chiefs, they're mad they lost. Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what the heck he was throwing to at the end of the Bills game, but I'm still picking the Chiefs.
All right, well, this is my easiest pick of this week. I'm going with Kansas City. Niners offensively do not. With Jimmy Garoppolo looks lost last week. I think excluding Dave, he's the only person who's trusting Jimmy Garoppolo to beat Patrick Mahomes. I'm looking at my mom like that. She's shaking her head like, Dave, why did you pick your own team? This should have been the one team you should have picked against it, and everybody would have understood. I'm picking Kansas City. Just too many weapons offensively and defensively. Better head coaching. Mahomes is a better quarterback. I don't think anyone's going to argue that point. And Jimmy looked terrible against Atlanta, who's a subpar team at best. You mean to tell me that he's supposed to somehow beat probably one of the top 5 best teams in the AFC? Hell no. Give me the Chiefs. All right, time for the worst Sunday night game we're going to have this year so far, and that is saying something because we've seen some good ones and some bad ones. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Who are we building? Still don't have the best defensive player because he's out for, I think, another 1 or 2 more games. Taking on the Miami Dolphins, who are getting too low about.
Hello?
That was weird. My controller, my controller just decided to turn itself off. apparently, the football gods did not like me making fun of Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, it is almost Halloween too. But it is the Dolphins at home against the Steelers, so you know it's going to be a hot weather game even at night. But it is 2-0's first game back, and that is the question. Is he going to have a good game back from everything, or is this going to be a trap win for the Steelers? We're going to go with Travis first here because I want to get his opinion on this.
And I think Mitchell Trubisky's starting, right? Because Kenny Pickett got a concussion?
Correct. Tavinsky is starting, most likely.
Oh, God, that makes it just easier. The Dolphins.
The Dolphins win for the Dolphins. Dave, are you going with the Steelers or the Dolphins?
Fuck the Steelers. Dolphins. Fuck the Steelers.
For the Dolphins. All right. Here's my thing, and this is why I had a hard time because I looked at the injury report before making this pick. Right now, they still have the rookie quarterback Pickett. I think if I say his name wrong, sorry, I don't care. That he's still listed on the injury list, but Pittsburgh's not saying anything at the moment who's starting. We may not know till game time, or we may know tomorrow or Friday, which unfortunately hurts us because everybody has their picks in by Wednesday night. But here's the thing: even if they were not starting Tavinsky, and it was, I don't trust Pittsburgh right now. The offense has been lost all year. Defensively, since week 1 when the player got hurt, yeah, you won in week 1, but since then you've been pathetic. The only reason you beat Tampa Bay is because Buccaneers are having their own problems. I think Dolphins win this one. This should be an easy game for Tua. Not an easy game per se, at least in getting points or anything, but an easy way to come back in because Steelers defensively, since they lost their best player, they don't get a lot of sacks. They don't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. It's mostly been getting lucky with these 3-and-outs or interceptions or fumbles. The game's in Miami, so it's going to be a hot night weather game. I used to live in Miami, Florida and Miami. Trust me, it's still going to be hot down there. It's like probably 30, 40 degrees in Virginia, but I guarantee you in Florida it's probably 70 or 80 right now still. So give me Miami. I'm going to take the weather to help them a bit. We saw what happened when the Bills played them and the weather affected them. Give me Miami. Go Dolphins. Try to turn things around. Now the Monday night game. Oh God, this game!
Yeah, the worst Monday night game ever.
Yeah, this is gonna be. This could be worse than last week's game, but at least last week's game had great defense. This not so much. It is the New England Patriots at home. The evil empire with Bill Belichick taking on the Chicago Bears. Bears, we know they've had problems. They haven't looked well.
I'm in streaming.
He yelled at you and said, David, Tasha wants you.
You can't nothing on this shit. All right, sorry. What's the game?
We're on the Bears and Patriots right now. Bears played bad against the Commanders. They've looked bad all year. New England, it's Bill Belichick.
I got the
Bears. So Dave's got the Bears. All right.
I'll be back.
We might be done by then, Dave, but that's no problem. Travis, who do you got? Is it the Evil Empire, New England, or Chicago?
Screw the Chicago Bears. I'm picking the Patriots.
Patriots. Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots too here. I saw what they did against Detroit. The defense put up a goose egg. They beat the Cleveland Browns in pretty sound fashion in a way. They're playing a Chicago team that's still young. The quarterback looks lost right now. The defense has not been playing well. The whole offense for the Bears have not been playing well, so give me the Patriots as well. This was probably the easiest Monday night game we've had this year to pick. Now we're looking ahead to Week 8. Thursday night is the Ravens and Buccaneers. That should be interesting. Both teams kind of need help. Oh, no, that ain't the old God game. Week 8, the day before Halloween. The first game is at 9:30 in the morning. In Week 8. As we head to London, and we sent the two worst teams from the AFC over there. It would be the Denver Broncos against AEW Jacksonville Jaguars in Wembley Stadium in London at 9:30.
Stop!
Thanks, NFL, for picking great London games.
Yeah, at least Packers and Giants was a great London game. This game, I feel sad for anyone who's going to watch that game. I'm probably going to get up and watch it, because I don't have a wife, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a cheerleader riding my football, so what else am I going to do? Sleep? That ain't going to happen with my health. Cowboys are at home in Week 8 against Chicago, so two back-to-back easy games for us, on paper anyway. Let's see, the Niners have a 4:25 game against the Rams next Sunday. Whew,
Ooh.
That could be interesting because Rams have been up and down this year. Niners Niners have a chance in that game. I'm going to give them a big one right now.
That should be for the division.
Yeah, because Seattle's kind of we don't trust Seattle enough and counters are well. They suck. Mr. Jones's Colts also have a 4:25 game as they're at home against the Commanders. Kind of interesting.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, well, Colts should win that one. Eagles were undefeated. They play the Steelers, so that's going to be a trap game for them. Yes, the Eagles are coming off a bye.
No,
but
it's not.
I'm saying trap game because of how about Pittsburgh is. Everyone's going to pick Philly, and I think that could. Football guys could say, "Oh, you picked Philly, huh?" All the experts and all the pickers. Guess what? Steelers win, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's true.
Vikings play the Cardinals. That's a trap game next week at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Dolphins play the Lions next week as well. That's a trap game.
Yes.
Jets and Patriots. That game, week 1, I said didn't mean shit. Now, that game means a whole lot more. Next week. That could really decide if the Patriots actually stay in the hunt for the playoffs, and the Jets might be able to stay in the hunt and win the division from the Bills. It ain't gonna happen, but hey, this
No, it ain't gonna happen.
Sunday night. Oh boy, this is the one.
Dear God, help us.
Packer fans are gonna be on the news playing, "Dear God, it's me, Aaron Rodgers. Please give my wide receivers the ability to catch when we play in Buffalo next week."
I may need a new gaming monitor after next Sunday night.
Because you may shoot the damn thing. I'll punch it, break it.
Oh, I might just throw it out the upstairs window.
Yeah. And you know what? We may be wrong about this Monday's coming game between the Bears and Patriots. You know why? Because on Halloween night, when kids are getting candy, like Travis's little children getting some Halloween candy, us adults will be drinking. Because Monday, Halloween night, will be Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns on Halloween night.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 2 orange teams for Halloween. Why not? Well,
Yeah.
I guess kind of brown, but it's an orange helmet, so I don't know why they call it the fucking Browns.
I don't know either. So I feel like I'm going to say this. The last 3 Monday night games have been shit. We had Broncos and Chargers this past week. We got Bills and Patriots this Monday. And then week 8 Monday, it's the Bengals and fucking Browns. Dear God.
What's week 9 Monday night?
Hopefully something better. Thursday night, week 9, I will just go over that real quick. Thursday night, week 9 is Eagles at Texans.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's going to be a moto. Eagles will win that game easily.
Thanks, Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. I'm glad I don't have Amazon Prime because I wouldn't want to watch that game if I had it. Packers play Detroit in week 9 at 1 o'clock.
Oh, great.
A bounce back win for you guys.
Maybe.
Oh, God. Mr. Jones is going to go off in week 9. His Colts play the Patriots.
Colts may win that.
They might, but I know he's still going to go off in Bill Belichick anyway. Bills play the Jets in week 9. Ooh, Jets have 2 hard games the next 2 in week 8 and week 9. Interesting.
That's going to see if they want to be in the division or not.
Yeah, it looks like Dallas is off in week 9, so that's a good thing for me. No, I don't have to worry about torturing myself. The Sunday night game in week 9 is Titans and Chiefs. And Monday night game in week 9 is Ravens at the Saints. So that would be a good Monday night game at least.
It's a little bit better.
We'll see if the Ravens choke.
Again.
Yeah, Niners and Cowboys are off in week 9, so me and Dave won't really have a.
And we don't have a bye until week 14, I think. 13 or 14 is when we have our bye.
Whew, by then it might be too little too late.
Yep.
Moving on to week 10, just to give that an update. Week 10 Thursday night game is the Falcons at Panthers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
These Thursday night games this year have all been, I think for the most part, 90% been bad.
We play, I think, Tennessee one game 1 week on a Thursday.
Yeah, let's see what else we have for week 10.
I think it's 12.
Week 10, Colts are at the Raiders.
Oh, God.
Week 10, you and me face off as it's the Cowboys at Green Bay. Granted, depending how Green Bay is by that point.
We're going to have to make a bet or something.
Oh yeah, I don't know what, but
I don't know what yet either, but we're gonna have to do something.
we'll have to do something. Granted, depending how Green Bay is, you may pick. No, you're not going to pick Green Bay to lose to Dallas. I know that even the Packers are shit.
Nah.
Week 10
Fuck
Sunday
the
night
Cowboys.
game is Chargers and 49ers, so that should be an interesting matchup. Battle for California.
Yeah.
And Monday night, Week 10 is the Commanders at Eagles. Well, Eagles get an easy win.
Geez, the Eagles might go 10-0, 9-0 because they have a bye.
Yeah, because they're having no bye this week, so they might run away with that division. Week 11, honestly enough, you just said it. Week 11 is Packers at home against the Titans on Thursday. Oh, that's not going to be a long recovery time for Green Bay.
Nope.
I mean, the only good thing is for them, at least they're at home in Week 10, but then it's like, hey, you're going to have to play Monday. So that means, Thursday against the Titans, so they can't even enjoy a Monday off. They're going to have to practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The only good thing is Titans will have to travel, I guess. And
Aaron Rodgers is back on the injury list with his thumb again.
Oh, God, if he's not playing this week, we are all fucked.
He's going to play. He just didn't. Well,
That's injured, right?
Yep.
Okay, they're going to have to make a decision if he plays bad against the Commanders. Do you keep playing him? He's playing hurt, or you just say, you know what, we're shutting you down. Love's going in, heal up, get the surgery or whatever. Because what kind of injury is it?
It's something, I guess, when he bends his thumb. They never really said.
Okay, so it's kind of maybe like the same injury Dak and Carson Wentz has with a throwing hand that may not need surgery.
Yep.
He's just trying to play through it. But at some point, Rodgers, you're going to have to decide, is it important for you to keep playing and maybe hurting your team in the long run because of your injury? Or do you just sit yourself out, take the surgery, and let Jordan Love try to do anything? Because
apparently they're trying to trade for Chase Claypool from Pittsburgh, supposedly.
Well, that would definitely make Rodgers happy.
I'd rather have him than Odell Beckham.
Yeah, because Odell Beckham, the problem with him is he's got a ring. I've said it. Odell Beckham is a wild child on the sidelines. If he ain't getting in his way, he starts acting like a
He's either going to
child.
go back to New York and play with the Giants and retire, or he's going to Buffalo.
Yeah, I've heard Minnesota also wants him right now, which I'm like, no, Minnesota. You got plenty of good talent right now. You don't need him.
They don't need any wide receivers.
I've been told, and I'm going to say this as a Cowboys fan, because people have been asking me, do you want Odell Beckham Jr.? No. Yes, he's talented, but the headache, and I remember what we went with through T.O. years ago. That was not fun. I don't want to go through that again. Because Odell Beckham Jr. is way worse
What's
than T.O.
hurting
ever was.
y'all is Dalton Schultz, or whatever his name is, still hurt.
He's hurt. That's hurting us. And Pollard's playing better than Zeke. That's also surprising. I'm like, we should play Pollard more.
Yeah, y'all need to give
Zeke.
Pollard more playing time.
Yeah, I agree. Because I'm like, Zeke at this point, Zeke's good on those short downs, and he's a good blocker. Pollard runs better, but the problem with Pollard, he's not a good blocking running back.
Well, that's like the problem with the Packers last week. They gave A.J. Dillon more snaps than Aaron Jones, which I didn't get at all.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
And Jones wasn't even hurt.
I could understand if Jones was hurt, but did Jones fumble the balls against the Giants or anything in London? Or?
No.
Okay.
A.J. Dillon fumbled against the Giants and the Jets, and they still gave him more snaps.
That is odd to me. I blame the coaching on that decision. Back to week 11. My mom's Ravens play the Panthers. Mr. Jones is gonna. I don't think Mr. Jones has a hope in hell in week 11.
Who did they play?
Philadelphia.
That might be a trap game. Well, it is a trap game.
It is a trap game, and it's in Indianapolis, so it's in the dome. But yeah, Matt Ryan's not playing well this year. Moving on, Cowboys play the Vikings on week 11. I'm sure you'll be cheering for the Cowboys to beat the Vikings.
I'm sorry.
At least.
Oh yeah, but still, it's.
Yeah, I expect everyone except me to pick Minnesota.
To me, Minnesota's 5-1. They've played a lot of easy teams.
Yeah. Your Sunday night game in week 11 is Bengals Steelers. God. But it's better than the Monday night game in week 11. 49ers at Cardinals.
That game's not terrible.
Well, it's not terrible, but Cardinals not a good team. Niners should walk away with that, but hey, Jimmy.
As long as we don't have another Broncos game Sunday or Monday night, we're good.
I think they're done for primetime games. Now, of course, week 12 we have.
Thank God.
We have 3 games in week 12 because that's Thanksgiving week. Bills at Lions kicks off. I think we all know how we're going with that one.
What the fuck? What the hell?
That's going to be a shitty game. Buffalo's got that one in the bag. I'm calling it now. Your 4:30 game, which looks to be the best out of all 3 games, Giants at Cowboys. If both teams still have a winning record going into that game, that game means a whole lot more because that's going to be for to win the division maybe if Philly loses or be the 5th seed in the wild card. That game's so important for both teams. And then we end Thanksgiving night with Patriots at Minnesota. That game might be interesting just to see what Bill Belichick does.
Maybe.
Week 12 Sunday night game is Packers at Eagles. Oh, dear.
That's when they're going to lose. That's when the Eagles are going to lose. Not playing.
That would be nice because I refuse to pick Philadelphia on that one. No, I'll pick Aaron Rodgers because I like him better as a quarterback. And then week 12 Monday night, it is the Steelers at the Colts. That's going to be a good Monday night game. Both teams are kind of middle of the road at the moment.
So 6-3 final score?
Oh, that happens. The weather. Yeah, because there's no weather factor because the Colts play in the dome. Week 13, jumping ahead. We're just going to look at all the primetime games and our teams this week for the rest. Bills play the Patriots on week 13 Thursday night.
It's not terrible.
Your Packers play the Bears in week 13.
That's a win.
My mom's Ravens play the Broncos in week 13.
Oh, that's a win.
Let's see. What do we get for the 2 primetime other teams' games? I'm looking. Where are the Colts and Niners? Niners are at home against the Dolphins in week 13. That's going to be an interesting one to pick. And Sunday night, oh God. I got to face one of you guys again? I go from playing the Packers with you and me, and then a few weeks later, week 13, Colts at Dallas. Whew. Me and Mr. Jones may have to have a bet going that night.
At least you don't play the 49ers.
Yeah. And then Monday night ends week 13, Saints Buccaneers.
That's probably for the division. Well, no.
Or at least close to it.
Probably.
Yeah. Week 14 primetime game, Thursday night. Raiders at Rams. No. I'm not watching that one. No. I'll go look at porn.
Oh God.
That'd be porn will have better plot.
Yeah, that's true.
Week 14, Cowboys are at home against the Texans. That's a trap game.
Oh. Yep.
Ravens are on the road against the Steelers.
Trap game.
Dave's 49ers are against the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
Ravens are off the
Niners might win that.
No, God, I was wrong. Broncos have one more primetime game this year.
Is it Sunday night?
Sunday night, week 14 against the Chiefs in Denver. Please, God, let the NFL decide to switch that game. Please. Switch with anything. They might by then. Switch it to Buccaneers, Niners, or Eagles, Giants at 1. Yeah, Eagles and Giants should be the Sunday night game that week. Because they got a 1 o'clock game.
They like to flex stuff.
Yep. And then Monday night, week 14 is Patriots and Cardinals in week 14. Week 15, we have a lot of games happening different days. Week 14, Niners at Seahawks. Week 15, we have 1, 2, 3 Saturday games. Colts at the Vikings, Dolphins at the Bills, and Ravens at the Browns Thursday in week 15. As far as for other teams, the teams in the group, Cowboys are on the road against Jacksonville in week 15. Patriots Raiders have Sunday night in week 15. And week 15 is Rams and Packers Monday night. Hey, Dave. We're just going over the It's all right. We're just going over the primetime games and all the teams we cheer for to end the video. Week 16, Thursday night football. Jaguars at Jets. That's gonna suck. Ravens at Ravens at home against the Falcons in Week 16. 49ers are at home against the Commanders in Week 16.
Oh, that's an easy win.
Okay, since Travis, you're back, you missed Week 15 because I don't know if you heard me or not on those, so I'm going to go back real quick.
I heard you.
Okay. Week 16, we just did the Niners. Cowboys are at home against Philly that week. Oh, by the way, I should point out, these are all Saturday games. That's a Saturday night game because we're having those weird schedules now. Ravens is Saturday, Week 16 at 1 o'clock. Let's see. What is that humming in the background? Sounds like a UFO coming to kidnap us.
I have no idea. I don't think it's me.
No, I think it might be Dave. 49ers against the Commanders. Dallas at Philly. Dallas at home against Philly. No, the Saturday primetime game in Week 16 is Raiders and Steelers. Week 16.
Oh, Jesus.
Packers and Dolphins open up Sunday football. Then it's Broncos
Christmas Day, baby.
Broncos at Rams at 4:30. And then Sunday night Christmas is Buccaneers at Cardinals, and Monday night football Week 16 Chargers at Colts. Week 17 Dallas has its Thursday night game against the Titans. My mom's Ravens play the Steelers that day, Sunday. Colts are at the Giants. That could be a problem. 49ers have a 4:05 game against the Raiders in Week 17. Packers have a 4:25 game against the Vikings in Green Bay.
Woo!
And then your Sunday night game in Week 17 at the moment is Rams-Chargers. That could get switched, maybe. And Week 17 Monday Night Football is Bills-Bengals. Now, at the moment, Week 18, we do... the Sunday night game is allegedly, at least counting 8-week teen, it says Ravens at Bengals, but that could switch. So we'll see if that happens. As far as for the other games, Cardinals are at home on the road against the 49ers. Cowboys play on the road against the Commanders. Giants are on the road against Philadelphia. That could decide who gets what in the playoffs. Colts play the Texans in Indianapolis, and the Green Bay Packers are at home against Detroit in Week 18.
Joy. Detroit.
Yeah. But those are all the information you need. We will be getting the picks next week again, right around the same time, and we may not have everyone to pick because I know Jones will be at work. Travis will be...
I'll be here.
You'll be here. Travis will have a bouncing baby on one of his laps.
Yeah.
I'll be here if I'm not working.
Yeah, Dave will be here if he's not working. So if it's just me next week, I apologize. You just get to hear my ugly voice. But if everyone's here, hey, great. If not, we get why work, family, work. Because I'm the only one who doesn't have either. But everyone have a good night.
No, you got a hard job.
Yeah, caregiver.
You got to get your mom.
And
that's the hardest job ever.
Yeah, and stepdad too. So yeah, that's my job. I just don't get paid by the government. There's my little violin. But we will be back in a little while because I'm going to let my voice take a break, and then we're going to take a look at the new fighting game that I picked up this week that came out, Them Fighting Herds, which is a fighting game featuring cute little animals trying to kill each other.
No.
But until then, everyone have a good night. Good luck to your teams this week, unless they're off, and good luck to your college teams this week as well. Goodbye, everybody.
Virginia Tech sucks.
Yeah, we know. That's why I'm glad they're not coming up in the randomizer right now.